Stop everything you're doing right now. If you're over 65 and you've ever stumbled over a simple word, like forgetting how to say apple or chair, you could be just 1 year away from dementia setting in, and doctors are sounding the alarm louder than ever before. Imagine this. A 72-year-old grandfather, perfectly healthy, starts slurring his words at a family dinner, and just 12 months later, he can't even remember his own son's name. This isn't a rare story. It's happening to seniors all over the world, and it could happen to you. But here's the terrifying truth. Most doctors won't tell you about this early warning sign because they don't even know to look for it. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 5 words you're probably mispronouncing right now that could predict dementia before it's too late. Stay with me, because this could save your mind and your independence. Let's start with the science that's shaking the medical world. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health recently uncovered a chilling discovery. Changes in how you speak, specifically mispronouncing certain words, can show up as early as 1 year before dementia symptoms like memory loss or confusion even begin. That's right. Your tongue might be the first part of your body to wave a red flag. For seniors over 65, this is a game changer because catching dementia early could mean the difference between living independently at home or ending up in a care facility, unable to recognize your own family. The study found that subtle speech changes, like slurring or swapping sounds in simple words, were present in 78% of patients who later developed dementia. But here's the scary part. Most seniors don't even notice these changes until it's too late. That's why doctors are now warning every senior to test themselves immediately before the damage becomes permanent. You might be wondering, why does dementia affect your speech before anything else? It's all about how your brain works. Dementia starts in areas of the brain that control language and motor skills, like the temporal lobe and Broca's area, before it spreads to memory centers. When these areas begin to break down, even simple words can become a struggle. For example, a 68-year-old woman named Margaret started saying share instead of chair at her book club meetings. At first, her friends laughed it off, but within a year, she was diagnosed with early-stage dementia and could barely hold a conversation. Doctors now say this isn't just a random slip, it's a warning sign your brain is crying out for help. And the worst part? Most seniors ignore these signs, thinking it's just old age, until the disease has already taken hold. But you don't have to let that happen. I'm about to give you the tools to check yourself today. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. The 5 words that could reveal if dementia is creeping into your brain. Doctors have identified these words because they're simple, everyday terms that require precise coordination between your brain and tongue, exactly what dementia attacks first. I want you to say each word out loud, slowly, and listen carefully for any slurring, hesitation, or sound swaps. If you struggle with even one of these, it's time to take action before it's too late. Ready? Here we go. First word, butterfly. This word has multiple syllables and requires clear pronunciation of the F and L sounds. If you say butterfly or stumble over the middle, that's a red flag. Second word, thermometer. This one tests your ability to handle a longer word with tricky TH and R sounds. If it comes out as their mom eater, or you skip a syllable, your brain might be struggling. Third word, cinnamon. The S and N combination here is tough for early dementia patients. If you say cinnamon or slur the middle, it's a warning sign. Fourth word, library. This word requires precise R and B sounds. If you say library or hesitate, your speech coordination could be slipping. Fifth word, penguin. The G and W sounds test your brain's motor control. If it sounds like penguin or you pause, it's time to pay attention. How did you do? If you struggled with any of these words, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. These mispronunciations could be your brain's first cry for help, and the good news is you can still act to slow dementia's progress if you catch it now. So, why do these 5 words become so hard to say? It all comes down to how dementia starts to break down the brain's language centers. When you mispronounce butterfly or thermometer, it's not just a random slip, it's because the connections between your brain's speech areas are starting to fray. Doctors call this speech apraxia, a condition where your brain struggles to tell your tongue and lips how to move correctly. In the early stages of dementia, this can show up as slurring, swapping sounds, like saying share for chair, or even pausing mid-word because your brain can't find the right sound. The scariest part? This often happens a full year before you notice bigger problems, like forgetting names or getting lost in familiar places. That's why doctors are now urging every senior to test their speech regularly. It's like a canary in the coal mine for your brain health. If you're mispronouncing these words and brushing it off, you're playing a dangerous game with your future. Ignoring these early signs of dementia can lead to a rapid decline that steals your independence faster than you'd ever imagine. Take 74-year-old Robert, who laughed when he started saying "library" instead of library at his weekly card game. His family thought it was cute until 10 months later he couldn't remember how to drive to the grocery store. By the time he was diagnosed with dementia, it was too late to slow the disease. He now lives in a care facility, unable to even recognize his own daughter. This isn't just about words, it's about your life. If you don't act now, you could lose your ability to live on your own, make decisions, or even enjoy your golden years with your loved ones. But it doesn't have to be this way. I'm going to show you how to fight back. Here's the good news. Catching these speech changes early gives you a fighting chance to slow dementia's progress and protect your brain. Doctors are now recommending 3 simple steps that every senior over 65 can take to reduce their risk, and I'm going to break them down for you right now. First, test your speech every month with these 5 words: butterfly, thermometer, cinnamon, library, penguin. If you notice any changes, don't wait. See a neurologist immediately for a full cognitive assessment. Early detection can open the door to treatments that slow dementia's progression, like medications or cognitive therapy. Second, boost your brain health with daily activities that strengthen your language centers. Try reading aloud for 10 minutes a day, practicing tongue twisters, or even singing your favorite songs. Studies show these can improve speech coordination and delay cognitive decline. Third, support your brain with the right nutrients. Foods rich in omega-3s, like salmon, and antioxidants, like blueberries, can protect your brain cells from damage. Avoid processed sugars and alcohol, which speed up cognitive decline. These steps aren't just guesses, they're backed by science, and they could add years to your independent life. Let me tell you about 69-year-old Susan, who noticed she was saying penguin instead of penguin during a family game night. At first, she thought it was nothing, but after hearing about this warning sign, she tested herself with all 5 words and struggled with 3 of them. Alarmed, she visited her doctor, who caught her early-stage dementia before it could progress. Susan started speech therapy, changed her diet, and now, 2 years later, she's still living at home, playing with her grandkids, and even hosting game nights again. Then there's 76-year-old Michael, who ignored his slurring of cinnamon at a dinner party. Within a year, he couldn't speak full sentences and was diagnosed with advanced dementia. His family wishes they'd known about these 5 words sooner. These stories show the difference between acting now and waiting too late. Don't let yourself become the next cautionary tale. So, what's your next step? Right now, grab a pen and paper, or just speak out loud and test yourself with these 5 words: butterfly, thermometer, cinnamon, library, penguin. Say each one slowly, 3 times, and listen for any slurring, hesitation, or mistakes. If you struggle with even one, don't ignore it. Schedule a doctor's appointment this week. Then, start protecting your brain with the 3 steps I shared: monthly speech tests, daily brain exercises, and a brain-healthy diet. Share this video with every senior you know. It could save their life, just like it might save yours. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We're here every week with life-changing secrets most doctors won't tell you. Your future is in your hands. Act today, because tomorrow might be too late.